I want to talk to you guys about what we can do with menus in WordPress. Now, we've already done a brief bit of information on a menu, and you can see here's my website right here. And since I'm using the photo book theme, the menu is styled like this, and we organized our menu so it's showing some of our pages. What we're going to be doing in this set of tutorials is we're going to learn how we can customize menus and how we can add additional menus. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create some more pages so we have some additional pages to use. I'm just going to create some blank pages that have titles. I won't put any content on them just so that we can use them to build our menus. So I'm just going to quickly make a couple of new pages. Now I've added quite a few new pages that we're going to be able to use in our menu system. I'm going to go into Appearance and I'm going to go to Menus to get into my menu section, and here is the main menu that we're currently using. As you can see, I have a lot more pages, and as we talked about in one of the previous videos, if I want to add any of these into the menu system that exists, I simply would select them and I would click the Add to Menu button. And this is going to go ahead and add them into the menu. As you can see, now I have a bunch more pages that have been listed in that have been added into my menu. We can reorganize the pages by grabbing the page and dragging them to a new location. Now, when you are reorganizing the pages, you need to be aware that as you drag the pages, if the page is indented like this, it will become a sub-item or a child of that menu item. If you don't want that to happen, you have to make sure that you drag to the left so that they are not indented. At this point, none of my pages are indented. And if I save the menu and we go into our front end portion of the website, you can see that my menu adds all of the new items. In this theme, the menu slides in from the right-hand side. So this theme is actually capable of holding quite a few menu items. Remember that the look and feel of your website is going to be dependent on the theme that you choose. If I go into the Appearance section and go to Themes, and I switch to one of the other themes, I'm just going to activate my 2011 theme for this example, and we go back out to the front-end portion of our website and we refresh, you can see that the menu system looks very different. So this particular theme supports a horizontal menu system rather than the responsive slide out menu that we saw in the other theme. So choosing a theme and then looking at how the menu system works is going to be an important part of the process. What we're going to do is we're going to organize this because, first of all, this is way too many top tier menu items, and you can see in this particular theme, as I start to add more menu items, it will actually add a second and third and so on and so forth, but other lines to the menu system. So in order to tidy this up a little bit, I'd like to create a hierarchy and tuck some of these pages under some of the other items. Let's do that now. I'll go back into my backend portion of WordPress. I'm going to go back to the menu section, and here we're going to take some of these items and we're going to make them sub items. So I'm going to make mission, our founders, and history all sub items of the About Us. We're also going to add a photo gallery page, and we'll have that appear after About Us. We're going to add featured creatures after photo gallery, and we're going to make a difference parent item to support, and contact us will appear last. The other thing that I'm going to do is, in addition to adding the pages that we've created, I'm going to add some posts to my menu. So over here on the left hand side, you can see that I can add posts, and here are the posts that we have. I'm going to add the items that we created posts about to the menu, and these are going to exist underneath the featured creatures. So we will have these actually appear as sub menu items underneath featured creatures. You can clearly see if a item in the menu is coming from a page or a post, and all of these items have triangles. If you click the triangle, it will actually expand that part of the menu. And in this area, you could change the navigation label. So the navigation label is the text that is actually going to show up on the menu. This label is generated from the page or the post name. Sometimes you may want the menu item to have a slightly different name, and you can alter that here. So you could simply change it. And if I make any change to this, I will have the option to save the menu once I've made any changes. You can also remove an item from the menu by clicking the remove. We aren't going to do that, but I did want to point out where that was available. The other items that you can add to the menu are custom links. Custom links are where you can create a link that goes out from your website to another website. So sometimes you might want to create other custom links. We will create one new page, and before I leave this page, I'm going to save my menu. If you don't click Save Menu, none of the changes that you made to the menu would be saved. So we'll make sure that we save that before we leave the menu page. I'm going to go back out to Pages, and I'm going to make one new page. I'm going to call this Partners. And normally, of course, I would be adding content to these pages, but for our demonstration here, I'm not going to add any content. I'm going to go back to my menu page, and I'm going to add the partner page to the menu. And the partner page will appear after Make a Difference. Under the partner page, I'm going to add a custom link. If you're going to an outside website, you need to make sure that you include the http:// and then you're going to put the entire URL. If you want the link text to be different than the URL, then you need to write link text. I'm going to click Add to Menu, and it will add this item to the menu. And then in this case, I'm going to make it a child of Partners. You can always make changes to any of the settings that you've specified by opening the triangle and making any sort of change. The final option that you have is you can create menu items based on categories. This is really helpful if you have set up your website where you're using a multitude of categories. So you could create category menu items. This could be really helpful, but in our case here, we're not going to use that. I'm going to save the menu, and if we go out to the front end part of our website and refresh, you're going to see in this particular theme that now our menu is much more concise. And if I hover over any of these items, you can see that I have drop-down menus, which will allow me to see the various links that we've created. If I click my link for the externally linked website, it actually is going to leave my website and take me to the new website. I'll click the back button to go back. And then these other areas are going to take me to the post or relevant page that we had created earlier. We're going to go into the theme section, and I'm going to switch my theme back to the photo book. So I can easily do that by simply clicking Activate. And now I'm activating Photo Book. And if I go back to the front end and refresh, you can see that now my website is reskinned with the Photo Book theme. If I click the menu item that is available in this theme, you can see how the sub pages show up in the menu system. So they are indented and they show up and slide in from the right. So it's very easy to customize your menu and to add pages, posts, outside links if you want to, or even links to categories to your menu item. Just remember that once you've altered the menu, you always need to click Save Menu to update what's going to show in your site.